Yeah. Phil's on the mic, broadcasting duels, duty set, game passing, vibing, profits, my ruining, bad bets in the ledger, dice keep tumbling, studio dreams crashing, $1 billion fumbling. Game pass a ghost, we need you to shell, buy our games or the ship gon' dwell. Bad investments, now we begging the crew. Phil says game pass is not for you. Try to stack them chips, but the tower went fall. Shouting innovation, but we juggle in a stall. Gambled on clouds, now we're drowning in puffs. Buy our games, cries a slogan, ain't subtle or buff. Yeah. Game pass a ghost, we need you to shell. Buy our games or the ship gon' dwell. Bad investments, now we begging the crew. Phil says game pass is not for you. Subscription dreams with ambitions to burst. Now the devs in the lab trying to quiet that thirst. Tears in the office, deals gone awry. Phil slid the mic, we aim for the sky. Jack in a tomb, Mark any stutter. Money burn quick, flows in the gutter. Tell the homies to cop or the engine stall. Phil sermon, fingers point down the halls. Phil says game pass is not for you. Go. Phil says game pass is not for you. Try to stack them chips, but the tower went fall. Shouting innovation, but we juggle in a stall. Gambled on clouds, now we're drowning in puffs. Buy our games, cries a slogan, ain't subtle or buff. Yeah. Game pass a ghost, we need you to shell. Buy our games or the ship gon' dwell. Bad investments, now we're begging the crew. Phil says game pass is not for you. Phil says game pass. Yeah. Subscription. Is not for you. Subscription dreams with ambitions to burst. Now the devs in the lab trying to quiet that thirst. Tears in the office, deals gone awry. Phil slid the mic, we aim for the sky. Phil says game pass. Yeah. Is not for you. Yeah. We aim for the sky. Phil says game pass. Tech in the tomb, marketing stutter. Money burn quick, flows in the gutter. Tell the homies to cop or the engine stalls. Phil sermon, fingers point down the halls. Yeah, is not for you. Yeah. Phil says game pass. Yeah, is not for you. Huh. Not for you. Yeah. Sony swooped in, snatched up the crown. Xbox fans frown, games nowhere to be found. DualSense trigger shooters with some feel. Chiefs off the field, Phil dropping the wheel. Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Controller buzzing, vibrations legit. Halo's users quit, playing out of luck, no grit. Cross-platform tales, bridges we couldn't build. Leaving green hills, lost players unfulfilled. Gears turning, but for who to claim? Sony's prize igniting that flame. Market shifted, X marks the void. PlayStation ploys left Xbox annoyed. Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Game over. Game over. Game past promise, broken and bent. Bethesda misstep, paying the rent. Kratos grins wide, God's favorite blue. Master Chief's missing, player one, where you? Past promise, broken and bent. Bethesda misstep, paying the rent. Kratos grins wide, God's favor blue. Master Chief's missing, player one, where you? Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Game over. Game over.
Press the square, feel the heat, it fills the air. On my screen, colors glow, level up, let it flow, flow. Xbox here, PlayStation there, gaming vibes, we feel the flare. Thumbs are flying, lights so bright, dance, we game all through the night. Controllers clash, sparks ignite, buttons smash, it's a fight. No console wars, just the thrill. Gaming beats, feel the chill, chill. Beat it up, game so tight. Oh yeah, play it loud, play it proud, feel the fight. Console kings, let it sing, bring it on. Getting it on, make it move to the dawn. Cross the lines, break the walls, press those triggers, heed the calls. Xbox moves, PlayStation dance, gaming world, take a chance. Beat it up, game so tight, ooh yeah.
crush the game where legends are born and nothing's the same. Grind it out hard where champions play. This is gone, we roll our way. Controllers in hand, the pixels ignite. Our passion explodes in the neon light. The grindhouse roars, the crowd won't stop. This is the mountain, we made it to the top. Where legends transcend. We took the road less traveled by far, kicked up the dust, now here we are. Every glitch fought, every boss slain. The grind is forever, no loss in vain. Raise your glasses, break the chains. The grindhouse stands, we've staked our claim. Stillness fades like a forgotten stream, 'cause we're living the ultimate gamer's dream. Thank you for every battle won, for the highs and lows and the blazing sun, where quality rules and the fakes offend. The gaming grindhouse where legends transcend. Thank you for every battle won, for the highs and lows and the blazing sun, where quality rules and the fakes offend. The gaming grindhouse where legends transcend. No fight, no shame. We gotta make that money, it's a numbers game. Xbox is packing up, gotta change the quest. Time to share the love, put the market to the test. Controllers are shaking in every boss's hands, making deals with rivals, got bigger plans. They say nobody's buying, so let's spread out. Get ready to hear us shout. No red line, it's a brand new day. Xbox invading in a different way. We need that green, gonna make amends. Bringing games for you, our newfound friends. Money's running low, can't stay in one shell. We'll mix it up and ring the sales bell. Consoles join, it's not a crime, just a new strategy in the fashion of time. Jumping boundaries, ain't no hard divide. In the game of survival, we'll play each side. Different but same blood in these veins. Gotta feed the hunger, gotta break the chains. United under one big roof. Competition dies when you're bulletproof. Phil speaks the truth, no need for disguise. We're opening doors, it's a big surprise. Money's running low, can't stay in one shell. We'll mix it up and ring a different way. We need that green, gonna make amends. Bringing games for you, all newfound friends. Newfound friends.
Games on other platforms here. No money hating complaints, my dear. And Phil says to his face, there's plenty room in this white space. Zoinksy cries, Zoinksy says, games for all in every place. Zoinksy cries, Zoinksy says, no more griping, no disgrace. Ryan jumps with shout and cheer. Oh, Scooby, this is what I fear. Games for me and games for you. Play them all, there's something new. Zoinksy cries, Zoinksy says, games for all in every place.
Grab a phone, get some lights on. Fuck off my time. There's fucking dog shit all over by the end. You'll be picking up your teeth in another second.
Yo, what's up, grinders? How you doing out there? Woo! Yes, had to just wrap up that song over there. I didn't hear it playing. How's everybody doing out there? Shout out to everybody coming on in here. The Grindhouse is open. Don't check your calendars. Yes, we are here. Yes, sound is here. Here we go. Sorry about that. I don't know, have my one music up and the other one up. Hey, it's the weekend. I'm not used to doing it. Here we go. So, yeah, so I was saying is, I'll be going on Grindcation. So we're going to get one more Grinds My Gears in live tonight, right now, and we're going to be cooking. So, the internet is ablaze, and we need to talk about this. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Wild Wolf, Josh Az, Voya, Sergey, Glinza, in the house, Elvin D. Frank, and then we got Ron M with 10 VIPs. Oh man, he saw the sign. He saw the Grindhouse sign coming on in here. I'm working my way up. Man, oh man. You got him. Who'd he get? He got G-Bro, Capono, Gifted Gamer, Kevin Mack, Z-Man Scar, Singularity Ghost, Mac Lovey, WWT Skills Zaza, and Matthew Harris. Let's go. Yo, thanks so much, Ron M. I really appreciate it, man. Getting us cooking tonight. We're getting cooking. We're cooking. We're going. And then shout out to the awesome Cosmic Hero 270 with the 20 bomb. He goes, Jez, man, it is wild out here on these Twitter gaming streets. Xbox people are celebrating the end of consoles, hyping up a handheld that can't play native Xbox games, and now think a PC handheld can play Steam is a W. Oh, man.
For 6 years, I taught you how to go for the W. You could have been one of the greats. And now look at yourself. You're not even a has-been. You're a never was.
Never was. I got to fix my audio because I just saw that it is doing the typical craziness here. So let me make sure my My Grindhouse audio's working. Yeah, PC, you gotta love it.
For 6 years.
Yep.
I taught you how to go for the
it.
W.
I don't want reverb.
You could have been one of the greats.
No reverb.
And now look at yourself. You're not even a has-been. You're a never was.
That's right. Let's fix that reverb. He says. Let's make sure that worked. But anyway, grinders. Woo! Let me see. Let's make sure this works. Here. It works. Yeah, and that's how it start off, man. Yo, you may be hitting that clown music too much. Where's the Aaron? I saw him.
Hey, Aaron.
Where's the Aaron? I need him in here. An explanation.
Where is Aaron right now?
Oh, man.
No Aaron, huh? Well, you better be sick, dead, or mute, Aaron.
So I've been rocking Death Stranding, playing. I've been packing, getting ready for my grindcation, and then all of a sudden, I just like every time I open up X or Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it, I'm just like, what? This is what I say. What are we doing here? Oh my God! What? How is the level of stupidity so low? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. As you know, you came here before. You've seen what I actually showed you. I show it to you, which is crazy, is that I do more to explain Xbox and gaming features and functionality for you than the friggin' media and journalists. That is pathetic. And that's the thing that needs to be fixed. Because I don't care, like, these media folk, the Dusty Bins, the Warrens, all of them out there. Listen, you run a professional, whatever the hell you're running, a journalist shit. What are you doing sharing bullshit information and not explaining what the hell is going on? It is absolutely asinine, these clowns in these streets. They are misleading, they're bamboozling, they're digital foundrying these Xbox fans that need a home. They need to know what the hell is going on. What do we cheer for? You got a bunch of Xbox fans, whoever's left. And this is the other thing. Like, I think, too, it's on both sides. And let me just explain something to everybody. Let me tell you how you end this. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you the answer. The answer that you need. Let me explain. You know it's about engagement. So what I would suggest doing is, instead of trying to explain or catch them and try to do this, what I suggest is that you sit back and watch the entertainment and watch these clowns put on a show, because that's exactly what they are. They are goddamn clowns. Do not engage. Don't engage. Just sit back and watch the entertainment as if you were watching somebody just dance in front of you with a big bozo nose, a fire ring, and then running around on an elephant. Because that's exactly what they are. Entertainment. They are entertainment. They are not truthful. They don't even know the scenario. I was saying, I don't know if I was talking to Thrifty. Shout out to Thrifty. But I don't know if I was talking to Thrifty. But one of the things that's crazy is that none of these dudes in the media, the influencers, these journalists, know what it is to buy a goddamn product. Because they just sit there and they just get the shit for free. They have no clue what being a consumer is. So therefore, we shouldn't even listen to their dumbasses, because they probably haven't bought an electronic device in 20 years, because they make sure they toe the line and get their free shit. Thanks for sending this to me. Thanks. Let me show you Cirque du Soleil. That's right, Sergey. I'm going to just show you a little bit of what I mean about the Cirque du Soleil. I sent this little message over to our good friend over at Thrifty, and I needed a chuckle. We had a little chuckle. Just watch. watch just watch. And I'll show you a little bit. Stay to the end, please. And hit that like button, grinders, because we're going to be cooking. I'm cooking with hot goddamn oil today. The grindhouse is burning ablaze. But let me explain and show you what I mean about this. All right? Let me show you about this glazeness that's going on here in these streets. And let me turn off my background music. Let me show you a little bit of this. Stay to the end, please, of this video. Watch. Oh, wait, no, we need to hear you. I need to hear you. What did you say? Hold on. This
is an Xbox VR headset. Technically, Meta and Xbox teamed up to make the MetaQuest 3S Xbox Edition. That's a beefed up MetaQuest bundle that packs the headset itself, the Elite strap for easier adjustment, and special edition Xbox controllers, plus an Xbox controller itself. And you get 3 months of Game Pass and Horizon Plus bundled together. But it's also got a sweet black and green colorway with a few little Xbox touches that make it look and feel more like an Xbox. In fact, even in the app, it's a different headset entirely.
Just
now,
wait.
The MetaQuest has technically been an Xbox for a while. Xbox dropped an app that lets you stream games on a giant movie theater sized screen, and it works incredibly well. Out of the box, the controller automatically syncs up to the headset just like the Quest controllers do. You just log into Xbox and you're ready to go. Of course, on top of that, this is a normal MetaQuest 3S.
Just
with plenty of VR games, workout apps, YouTube and Twitch apps. This one is just Xbox themed and comes with some extra goods. Of course, big thanks to Xbox and Meta for sending this my way to check out, but let me know down below.
There we go. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. What was that?
Glazed blackberries on top of Janky Jones. Pancake, shake my head.
What?
Quest 3S Xbox Edition. This is an Xbox VR headset.
Thank you for sending it out to me. There you go.
MetaQuest 3S Xbox.
There you go.
That's a beefed up MetaQuest bundle that packs the headset itself, the Elite strap for easier adjustment, and special edition Xbox controllers, plus an Xbox controller itself.
Oh, here again, sir.
And Horizon Plus bundled together.
What was
but
that?
It's also got a sweet black and green colorway with a few little Xbox touches that make it look and feel
wonderful,
more like an
wonderful.
Xbox. In fact, even in the app, it's a different headset entirely. Now, the MetaQuest has technically been an Xbox for a while. Xbox dropped an app that lets you stream games on a giant movie theater-sized screen, and it works incredibly well. Out of the box, the controller automatically syncs up to the headset just like the Quest controllers do. You just log into Xbox and you're ready to go. Of course, on top of that, this is a normal MetaQuest 3S.
Keep going with the commercial.
VR
Keep
games,
going with the
workout
commercial.
apps, YouTube and Twitch apps.
What?
This one is just Xbox themed and comes with some extra goods. Of course, big thanks to Xbox and Meta for sending this my way to check out, but let me know.
Juicy, 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 glack, glack, glack. Glaze, glaze, double glazed blackberries on top of Janky Jones. Pancakes, shake my head, Xbox marketing. Can juicy, 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 glack, glack, glack. Glaze, glaze.
What? I just gotta see. This guy must be a VR extraordinaire. I gotta hear this.
Shake my head, Xbox marketing.
57,000 subscribers. My good friend over here. Phil Spencer said, send it to the dude with 57,000 subscribers. Let's look at his VR coverage. Let's see his videos. Let's see. Let's see all this coverage. Where's the 50,000 views? Oh, shit. Where's his coverage? I played early. It's good. Is it worth it? Does it work? So Xbox, I guess Microsoft just sends out based on subscriber counts. I guess they don't do it basically on views. Because this guy don't look like he covers VR. Well, they sent it to this dude. Because thanks for sending it out to him. So they're sending it to anybody that breathes, I guess. I guess. I'm trying to find out where the hits are. Where are the hits? Oh, look, you got all the hits, but 152 on Xbox made a VR headset. Wonderful. Wonderful. I guess that's a big one. Yep, that's how. But thanks for sending it out to me. If he glazes the hell out of this thing. So are you telling me this is what I mean? This is what I mean. And again, don't mean to just talk, but it's just like you watch this thing, and at the end, thanks for sending it out to me. So they would never get the traction. A MetaQuest logo with an Xbox logo on it that's black. It comes with a controller. But that's why you need to be careful. Because they're all just basically glorified commercials. Just to get it out there. and marketing. And Xbox is real slick with this. Microsoft has been real slick with this stuff. They did it with the Series X. They sent it out. Well, good. Thank you for getting it for me. So just pay attention when they're sponsored or need this stuff. Are they really being genuine? And like I said, some of these people just get this stuff and they're like, thanks for checking it out. Woo! What is he going to say? Guys, this is the same thing. There's nothing. This is a nothing burger. No, he's not, because he's not going to get the next one. But there you go on that one. But it just be forewarned on that. But I just thought it was pretty funny because I'm watching this. I'm like, wow, this guy seems really into this stuff. And he's explaining it. And then at the end, he's like, thanks for sending it out to me. Oh, okay. So otherwise, yeah, Microsoft sent it out. Listen, everybody got to do the hustle, I guess. Whatever. But my God, please, people buy something. People friggin' buy something, please, so you can give a genuine experience.
You're my number one
Liquidate, I'm almost going on vacation too. Shout out to you. He says, yo, watch it while on vacation in Florida. Yo, enjoy yourself, Liquidator. Man, I'm gonna be down there with you. I'm going on vacation. But before I go on vacation, we gotta grind those gears. We gotta let these people cook before we go. That's right. We gotta let them cook here. So what happened, right? I just thought that video was funny that came through, and I was like, yo, Thrifty, check this out. He goes, oh, man. I was like, stay to the end. I thought I shared that with you, Grinders, on that one. So basically, this is what happened in the last few days that got the internet in a craziness. Listen, Microsoft sent out a preview of the Xbox app that allows you to launch desktop games from your desktop installed to your desktop. I tweeted it out, and what's funny is I took this right from Tom. Like, Tom Warren had the video of like in the insider stuff, right? And this is basically what it is, and I don't really need a blurry picture to show it to you guys, but I said basically what this big integration is. I know people have been talking about, what is this integration? Right now, what this thing is basically you include games installed on your device. Games can be launched directly from the store, from the Xbox app. Disabling a game will not uninstall it. And that's exactly what's in the Xbox app when you go into it. It's right here on the settings, and when Phil Ness, where's Phil Ness? When Phil Ness goes into settings, and it's right in the settings thing there. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know. There's a compact mode, whatever's going on there. But it's right there, and they're going to be adding stores in there. Yeah, they gone nuts for engagement, Josh. They really have. It's insane the amount of just ignorance that's going on there. Because what they should do as a judge, because I just want to explain it for those of what's going on, and this is what the media should have done. So basically, when you boot up this handheld, like when you boot this thing up, you're going to get this thing in front of you, your Xbox home screen. It's going to have subscribe to Game Pass, check out your Play Anywhere games. That's going to be in your library. And that's it, right? Now, if you want to get Steam, Epic Store, and things like that, well, guess what? Now, the handheld experience and the whole controller experience that they're pushing goes kablooey. Because now you need to minimize whatever this Xbox app is doing, and you need to launch Internet Explorer or a browser, go download all your launches. You got to go download Epic, you got to download Steam, Ubisoft Connect, EA Play, you got to download Rockstar, and you got to log into all of those in order to see the games that you own in each of those. Nothing to do with the app. You are now you're over here now. You got to go to Steam World. Like, you got to go to Steam Sales. You got to come here. You got to log in, and you need to download in Steam. Now, once you download those games to your desktop. So here's what I got downloaded. Halo Infinite, Rocket Silent Hill 2. These are downloaded. But I had to come to this first, and you got to do that with all your storefronts. Then once they're installed to your computer, then you click on this little tab and it shows the desktop shortcuts that are on your computer. It does not show your Steam library of what's not downloaded. It doesn't show you, it doesn't let you manage uninstalling or anything like that. It says it right there. All it does is show you the games that are installed on your computer. But it doesn't tell you that I have that all my library. Oh, I got Metaphor. I got Hi-Fi Rush. I'm not able to do that now, as of now. But why didn't the media, the journalists, explain that? Why did Tom Warren go right to the typical thing? PlayStation games on Xbox. There's only one reason. It's for engagement. It's for the blue check. Dusty bin, sick to making goddamn oatmeal raisin cookies. This is it. It's for the blue check, for the engagement, because they knew exactly what this is do. And this was the dream. Grinders, let me tell you something. This was it. This was the money shot. Because they knew that this would trigger the internet to whoever's left. So the money shot has been shot. There it is. Look what happens. Dude, first off, as a journalist, what the hell is this? It doesn't pull any metadata. It doesn't give you any information. It doesn't do anything. You could click C in Steam and it'll probably, that's a shortcut to Steam. That'll boot up Steam and now you're in, guess what? Mouse and keyboard mode. You hit play. There's no data. I already showed you what's out here right now. Right? Where is my good friend over at Play Night? Look at the difference of right now this app. I click on Rocket League. Look at the aggregate data on the side. Look at all the stuff, multiplayer, features, a description of the game, what's new in the game. Look at the metadata. Even Halo, look at the metadata. I can hit more. I can take, this is what a campaign description. Look at what it does. It pulled the cover art. It pulls everything from that. It tells you the install size. It tells you the genre. You could search by it, the description. Do you see what Play Night does? And it does the same exact thing. And actually what's incredible about Play Night is that it also pulls in the games that you didn't download. And you can manage them right from here. Like if I want to uninstall the Castlevania game, I could just click here and I can hit uninstall or remove. And I manage my hard drive space all from this. You want to see something else, and I don't want to make this a commercial about a free app called Play Night, but obviously people don't realize this thing. What you can do, watch, you want to see something wild? I'm going to blow your mind, Grinders. Watch this. Let's go to add-ons. Let's come over here to themes and full screen. Let's go themes, full screen. Man, let's make this a PlayStation. I'm going to be like, look at this. Look at this flex. I'm going to do this. Let's go. Let's go to full screen now. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. What's going to happen now? Wait. Hold on. Did it download? Let me see. Did I do it? Hold on. This is going to be shocking. This is friendly for the things. Oh, I didn't download it. Let's go back. Like you can make, look what I could do. Like this is, like if this was the excitement and this is what was needed. Look, you could go add-ons. You could do settings. Watch this. You come here. I don't want to go to settings. You got to go to add-ons. I was doing this before on my other device. But they got, man, what the hell? Add-ons. Themes full screen. I think I downloaded it. Watch this. You know, see some watch this. Now, where's the Let's do this. There we go. I hit the wrong button. Watch this. This is the flex. That not the fans. It didn't come from the fans. That's the main thing of why it grinds the gears, grinders. That's why this didn't come from the fans. This came from Windows Central, The Verge. Not even Windows Central. Bootleg didn't even touch this yet. Dusty Bin, who went independent to ask the hard questions after making cookies. It came from these, quote, journalists. That's where it came from. The disgrace. That's where it came from. That's the thing. It wasn't the fans. It wasn't the diehard Xbox fans. It wasn't them. It came from the journalists trolling who then fight about console wars and say, console wars, it's over. But man, let me go trigger some people about the console war. Really? Let's go trigger some people. Some of those things aren't working on here. I hit install. Get ready. Let's have... I gotta restart this. Uh-oh. Hold on. About to blow your mind. Oh, I was missing the add-on. Damn it. I'll show you the other one. I'll show you the other one. Yeah, that one was a real good one. That one mimicked everything. But wait. Let's go. I gotta go to the generic, and it is theme. How's that? Isn't that crazy? Wait, I got another one. Like, this is what we're doing? You gotta fix this layout settings. But wait, I'll show you one more thing. Let's do the... But you just put a skin on the app. This one works. But this is the, like, look, I can make it look like a Switch. I can make it look like a PlayStation 4. I can make it look like a PlayStation-ish. Let's do PlayStation-ish. I know, I'd be prepared. I didn't think I was going to show this to you, but I figured, why not? Let me just show this. Because I wanted to just show you the difference, like, of what you can do. Like, this is what people are just going crazy about. And it'll just show all the installed games on my computer. If the thing works again. I have to switch to the, yeah, you know what? Number of rows needs to be 50. Hold on. There we go. Place the PlayStation button. Look at this. This is my PlayStation. Look, they even got fake. This is what you could do. Look, this is my PC. Look. This is revolutionary. Look, here's Alan Wake 2. It's launching it from my PC. Just like that. Then what's crazy is that I could go back. I could go here. I could go to settings. Let's go to visuals and let's turn it. To Xbox. Like, this is... Oh my god, what am I doing right now? What am I doing? Are you kidding me? Look at this. This is an Xbox. Dude, this is my PC. This is play night. Look, you want an Xbox? You could have done this since day one for free. You don't have to wait for updates. You gotta wait for Play Anywhere. This is better interface Xbox than what Microsoft is doing. How does somebody right here do this better than what they're trying to do? There you go. Here's my PC games. Look, it launches it. Wow, look, opening Steam, man. Wasn't this the same thing that Tom Warren just showed? Let's see. Oh my god. Incredible. It's opening up my games. And let's see if I right click. Hold on. I don't want the game to open. Let's see if I right click on something. Oh, now it's opening up at Capcom Stadium. Hold on. Let's close Capcom Stadium. Like just to show you. Now I'm back in it. No, stop it. Stop it. Close. And look, the Steam logo. Who's waiting for Microsoft? Again, who's waiting? Here's my library right here. Steam. Look at the little Steam thing. I'm launching it from an Xbox interface. Shocking, right? Thank you, Capcom, for coming on to the... I'm launching the game. Thank you. Like, this is what set the internet in a blaze. This is what it was. I want to know where the settings are on this thing. Oh, here, back. Oh my god. They got all the... This is insane, right? Look at this. I got the whole Xbox dashboard right in front of me. Absolutely insane. Look, I go to all my games. Oh my god. You want to play around with it? Play around with it. There you go. There you go. Incredible, right? I just went from PlayStation to Xbox. I could go to Switch. But this is what they're doing. Now let's see what Tom Warren did. That set the internet in a blaze. He went to this thing, which, oh, very pretty, right? Right there. He clicked play and it opens up the Spider-Man. Like, I just did that 5 times. On a better interface than Xbox. A user-made interface. And that was the first thing. And then the tweet right here. Come on. PlayStation games. PlayStation PC games on Xbox. Yep. With a check mark. This is The Verge. This is The Verge. This is journalists. This is what they do. Instead of explaining, because then underneath it, yeah, they're trolls. But people really think like, oh my God, look, it works on Xbox. This is what the console's going to get, right? And it's just like, you needed to set up that stuff to install games. Like, and that's where when he did the video of it, that's why I took the screenshot of like, it said installed games on your PC. And what's crazy is that you come here and it just shows you how convoluted and what they're trying to do. Like, here's the guy Oliver from, where's he from? He's from Digital Foundry. He won't be bamboozled, even though they do bamboozling. Microsoft messaging on this is very muddled between Xbox PC or Xbox on PC to Xbox consoles. They use these terms imprecisely and sometimes mix them when they shouldn't be. Fundamentally, it seems like Xbox/PC platform in a few years will just be Windows, with the different degrees of interface, accommodation, back compat support, and a few other software features, depending on the hardware you happen to be running. If you want to call something a subsection of a console, that's fine. But when it's not a console in the traditional sense, Microsoft's challenge will be getting to mimic a console experience in interface, game stability, suspend and resume, which everybody hyping up instant, what was that? Quick resume. Does anybody ask if that's happening on the new Asus ROG Xbox? Overall ease of use. Fundamentally, this device seems more on the PC side of things than a console side, but Microsoft is promising a console-like interface for launching games and changing settings at least. So, it's settings. Easy Tone with a 20. He goes, if I love Paris saying he was right when he said exclusivity was important because of its he's highly intelligent and only now sees that he was wrong because their strategy changed. We must be Einsteins because we always saw the Phil Ness. Damn right, Easy Tone. We did. And it's common sense. The thing is I wasn't tied to any kind of like, I wasn't like, there was no reason to like what they're doing because as a gamer, you should be asking gamer questions. Because if you really had Xbox fans, real gamers, first they will be concerned with what happens to their 320 games when I boot up my Xbox app and I only see I only have 37 of them. And on my console, I have 325. A gamer will ask, what happens? You said the future is Windows. Well, my games here don't work on Windows. What are you doing to fix that? Oh, you could stream them. Oh, you could use your Xbox remote player. Wait a second. That's not, you were telling me how native is the answer. That's why you're building a native hardware to play these games natively. Then how are you telling me to stream the rest of my 300 games to devices? And which games work in the cloud? The games you own. All of them? Well, we're adding them about 40 games every couple of months. We're adding some. Really? So Xbox, tell me which games you added now. The games I own on cloud? Yes. But wait, I just get granted to those because I own the games, right? No, sorry. Xbox says you don't do that because you need to subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate in order to access the games that you own. So wait a second. As a gamer, I own Halo Master Chief Collection. Is that playable on the does that just go with me? Does it? No, it doesn't. You need to pay a subscription in order to access it in the cloud. So I don't just get granted to it to any device that I want to go to. No, you need to subscribe. Another huge question, Grinders. A huge question. Then I can't believe nobody's bringing up, even the journalists. What happens to Xbox Core, formerly known as Xbox Live? What happens to paying to play online? What happens to that? Because that is not no $10. That is a nice big old $80 a year that people are subscribing to. They don't get games with gold anymore. What happens to Xbox Core, aka Xbox Live? Do people need to pay online? Where is it? Because if that's going away, then why isn't Phil Spencer ripping off his shirt, nipples exposed, telling people we're for the gamer? You know, the questions that a gamer will ask. Because what you're doing is you're transitioning the console player that you groomed for 25 years and telling them now, go where you want, we'll be there. But you're not there. And you're not being truthful. What is going on? What happened to Xbox playing online? If I'm looking at my library right here and I see Gears 5, ooh-wee! Oh, it's in game. It's in game. Oh, okay, good. I could play this. I could play Gears 5, but wait a second. This is free online. What happens when I go on console and play Gears? Like, what happens? I need to know, because technically this is a PC, so online is free. There's no Xbox Core anymore, right? We're done. We're done. That's gone. Right? And if that was the message, man, why are they not screaming from the rooftops? If they're getting away of Xbox, because who pays to play online on PC? Shouldn't that be the first thing from gamers? Maybe. But nobody said it. But grinders, these are the features that they're adding. Look at this. Look at this incredible thing. Xbox is just doing so much. Look, they added mouse and keyboard and touch. Look, mouse and keyboard for Assassin's Creed, Planet Coaster 2, Smite 2, and touch for Avowed, Metaphor, and Zenless Zero. Look at, they added touch. And stream your own games. Oh, man. What games were those, Phil? Oh, let me tell you. Ant Stream Arcade. Back for Blood. The server still work for that thing? Borderlands 2. What about the new Borderlands 4, Phil? Phil? You got Borderlands 2. What about 3 and 4?
To go back
and the new one, the 4. I bought Just Cause 3, Phil. You got Just Cause 4 on here.
Look at that.
Mad Max, Mind's Eye, Mortal Kombat X. What about Mortal Kombat 1, Phil? Is that my own game?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and.
Oh, it's coming. Maybe it's coming soon. Payday 3. Look at the list of these wonderful games. XCOM 2, by the way. Man, oh man. These are the games that people are asking about. This is what they're asking about. I don't like. Where are the questions? Where are this transition? They're so quickly, and this is the thing. They're so quick to call it a console, like an Xbox console. It's like, why are you just repeating the marketing without really assessing what's really happening? To be truthful to your listeners, to your viewers, to your readers, explain exactly what this is, because Microsoft is trying to confuse the consumer. And as a journalist, as a media influencer, you should not want to try to confuse your audience. You should explain, hey guys, this is the Xbox app running overlay PC. Listen, the things in this Xbox app, to just be honest, like, here you go. If they really are integrating this and try to make as much as they can with controller friendly, that's great for PC gaming. Because that needs, like, but basically there are so many better options out there. It's a nice option. But Play Night is there. Steam Big Picture is there. And you could install any kind of app to Steam Big Picture. You just say install non-Steam game. Like, you just find the executable and do it. But how much of Windows will Microsoft suppress? How many processes will they put away? You want to see something else? If you come into here and go to settings and go to that section over here, this is what they got. They have installed games. Xbox library includes games installed to your device. Games that can be launched directly from the Xbox app. Disabling it will not uninstall the game. That's where Steam is going to live. That's where Epic Store is going to live. On top of that, you need all the launchers. Extension management, Ubisoft Connect PC. Because if you buy a Ubisoft game, it needs to launch Ubisoft Connect to verify the DRM to launch. So what this section does is that apps will automatically run when Xbox app is. So when you launch the Xbox app, it is going to launch Steam, Epic Store, Ubisoft Connect, EA, all the launches that you want in the background. Wonderful, right? Not so wonderful, because Epic Store uses your graphics card when it just sits there running idle and probably will just be an extra process. You want all these storefronts launching and running in the background when you just want to play Ubisoft Connect games. You could turn them on and turn them off. But in order to make it seamless, or mostly seamless, you have them on and do that. Is Microsoft going to allow those other storefronts to function with a mouse, with a controller? Are they going to say, hey, Epic, you never use controller in your interface of your store? We need to do that now because we are trying to make it easier for our users. Do they have the power? Do they have the leverage? I don't know. But these are the questions. There's a lot of uncertainty in this whole process and a lot of wishful thinking for a company that has constantly overpromised and underdelivered for a long time now. But as a gamer, questions like this should be asked. What happens to Xbox Live? What happens to my library that can't run on PC? You keep holding this up saying this is an Xbox. I understand that's marketing, but is it have quick resume? Does this Ubisoft game that I just purchased, does that Miles Morales game that Tom Warren just booted up right here, does that Miles Morales game, does that have Xbox Live achievements? Does it get achievements? Do I get achievements when I buy a Ubisoft game from the Xbox store? Not on this, because it goes through Ubisoft Connect, which doesn't give you achievements. Well, what happens if I bought a game over on the Xbox store and then I get it on Steam and I have two versions of it? Do they share the same save? Sorry, sir. No, they don't. Xbox Play Anywhere is only between the Xbox console and the Xbox. You get on with a free version of the Xbox version, of the Xbox PC version. The one from the Windows Store. You know, this thing that wonderfully. And this is what I mean. When you come into this thing right here, let's search for games. Like let's look up Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Oh, look. You got Mortal Kombat 11. What happened to Mortal Kombat 1? Well, that's not in here because that's not in the Windows Store. Give me another game, Grinders. Because if it's not in Game Pass and not one of their 1,000 Play Anywhere games, it's nowhere to be found in here. Somebody in the chat, give me a game. Let's see if it's in the Xbox app. Because it pulls for the data from the Windows Store. So if the game's not in the Windows Store, let's see. Give me a game. Please, give me a game. Anybody. Chat, come on, hit that like button and give me a game. Let's find one in this wonderful new experience. Because where are these games going to come from? Hogwarts. That's probably going to be there. Let's see. Because it is in Game Pass, right? Let's see. But it's... Nope. I got you. Iconfell. Kraken Academy. Little Witch from the Woods. Does that sound like Choco Dream Stream? Does that sound like an interesting game? Little Witch in the Woods. Does that sound... That sounds like Hogwarts. Maybe? Resident Evil 4, somebody says. Let's look. This is the new experience. Man, let's just look up Resident Evil. Let's see what we got in here. There you go. Here we go. We got Resident Evil 2, 3, 7. And that's it. Do we have the other ones? Nope. We got our good friend Red Falls over here. Does that sound like Resident Evil? That's Stranding 2. Yeah, T. Harris being messy. But this is their storefront. This is... What games you buying? S. Let's see if Hitman's in here. Hitman. All this, like, Death Stranding should be in here. Let's see. Because that's in Game Pass. That's in the Windows Store. See, here you go. Here's Death Stranding. So only games that are in the Windows Store are searchable in here. Are they going to let you search Steam games? Because if this boots up, and now you want to search for games to buy in their store. Here's their store. Can't wait. Here's their store. I just searched for all the games. Monster Hunt. I think you got it. Games that are in Game Pass will show up. Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Train, Monster Hunter Wilds. Let's see. You're going to think like, hey, Xbox has no games. It's not there. The Hunter Call of the Wild is in there. Let's look up, you know what? Let's look up Kingdom Come. I think Kingdom Come should be in here, right? Kingdom Come 2? I search for Kingdom Come 2, and it shows me Jurassic World Evolution and Ni no Kuni. This is the Xbox storefront that's going to give you access to all your games. Is it going to allow you to search Steam? Because guess what? The first thing people are going to do when this thing pops up, if they're not subscribed to Game Pass, get it the fuck out of here. I'm going to Steam. Because none of the games that you want are here. That's the problem. And you don't, what did they say? You don't buy consoles or hardware for the hard, you buy it for the games. Well, if I came here and this is what popped up on my handheld and I wanted to find Rocket League, a free-to-play game, hey, Phil, let me find Rocket League. I want to play Rocket League. Asphalt Legends Unite? Lethal League Blaze. Where is Rocket League? Oh, that's on the Epic Store. Oh, well, I got to go over there. Get rid of this. But let's be nice. Let's be nice. Definitely. Halo 5 has to be here, right? That is an Xbox game. Halo 5 has to be... Oh, yeah. They never made Halo 5 for PC. Ooh. We're going to just skip that one. Oh, yeah, Halo 5 not here. Phil, explain yourself.
I don't know.
But it's an Xbox. Shouldn't all the Halos be here? Not Halo 5. Oops. What are we doing here? A lot of questions. You own Halo 5. Don't come here. The Forza will be here because they are in Game Pass. Crackdowns will be here. But people are not searching for those games because they never played them before. Fortnite's Epic Store. You boot up your handheld, you want to play Fortnite. You're not using this app. So all the games that people want to play. Wait, Baldur's Gate. Oh, that's great. I want to play that. Game. Baldur's Game. I want to play Baldur's Gate. No. Probably spelled it wrong. No. This is the problem with what they have. That's why they have a huge road ahead. Unless they make their search bar work with other storefronts, people are going to come to their store, this pop-up, and if this pops up like this, when you boot up your handheld, here's your home page. Phil Spencer greets you. Here's your ads that they want to sell you. If you don't have Game Pass or you don't want to be part of it and you own game and you want to play your games from Xbox, or you want to play Fortnite, you want to play... See, that's the problem. When you boot up an Xbox console, you could play Fortnite. You could play Rocket League. You could play Split. You could play those games. Look up Splitgate. Is Splitgate on here? Maybe. Let's see. I'll play in a shit ton of Splitgate. Splitgate 2, right? You come up here, the games that you want to play, where you are. Splitgate 2 is in here, thank God, because this is in Game Pass. But if it's not in Game Pass, so if I click on it, it's like, you got it in Game Pass. Get it free. But if it's not in Game Pass, it's not here. And that's the problems. So what are you going to do? Returnal. Let's try Spider-Man. Spider-Man. That's what Tom Warren did. Spider-Man. It should show up, right? Oh shit! No, we don't have Spider-Man for you, but we got Spider-Heck. Oh shit on me! Oh damn! Oh shit! I got Spider-Man, Spider-Heck for you. What happened? What are we doing here? Media, like, go ahead. Spooderman. We got Times Square Spooderman for you. We got Spider-Heck? No. Where's all those PlayStation bangers? Last of Us. I need to see Last of Us on this Xbox. Last of Us. I gotta see it. Last of Us 2. The Walking Dead. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. With the last kids on Earth and the staff of Doom. Oh, shit. What kind of bootleg service is this? Where are the bangers? Where are my bangers? Where are they? Where's God of War? Well, why are we not doing this, Mr. Warren? Where's God of War? Oh, shit, they're telling me to go play Hades. Man, we don't have God of War, man. We recommend Hades to you. Maybe we'll give you some Immortals Phoenix Rising. Where are the bangers? Where are those PlayStation bangers? This is the Xbox. Where is it? It works both ways, bitch. Like, where are they? How did you get Miles Morales on there? Let me look up Miles. Miles Morales has to be here. He gotta be here. The fuck? McPixel 3? Oh, shit! Ben 10! Yo! Holy shit on me! Hit that like button. What the fuck is this? What happened to the bangers? What are we doing here? Oh shit, what is this? Mr. Warren, how did you get Spider? Where's Miles Morales? I just got an Xbox and I saw Miles Morales is playable. Why are they showing me McPixel 3? Oh shit, and it's 85% off for a fucking $1. Where are the bangers? Where are those PlayStation bangers? Somebody show them to me. Why are they not here? You said it runs on an Xbox.
Box is in the name of our brand.
Where is it? Where are all these PlayStation bangers? Why, when I type in Miles Morales, I'm getting Ben 10? Who that? When I type in, where's my Spider-Man? What's all this bootleg shit? I just bought Xbox. This app popped up. I'm searching for games in their store. What the hell's going on? Somebody showed me on the internet that it launches Miles Morales. Where is Spider-Man? Spider-Man, please, on my new Xbox. Who is Spider-Heck? Kill it with fire. Bootleg Avengers, they're giving me Spooderman. Times Square Spider-Man. Where's where's Horizon? Oh, man, I need Horizon. Horizon has to be here. Let me see Horizon. Where's Aloy? Herman, where's his girlfriend? Gotta be on page 2. Callisto Protocol, Limbo, Sunset Overdrive. Where's Horizon Forbidden West? Where's Aloy? Let me look up Returnal. Another banger. Where are all these bangers? I was told that runs PlayStation games. This is the problem. This is the issue. And what's going to happen is that these dumbasses on the internet get their jollies, but when they're trying to share information to a real consumer who boots up this quote Xbox, this happens. And you want to know what's going to happen? That's why I say you sit back and watch the clown show, because that's what they are. They're goddamn clowns. They're entertainment. Just tell them to clap their cymbals, because that's what they are. They're there to entertain us. Do not engage with them. Let them put their necks out there because they're not going to own it. When they're called out a month later, they're going to be like, I knew. Nah, there's no gotcha with them. You want to know what I do? You watch them clown, and you watch them just be stupid, and then you just go like this. Hey, Dusty, you got something to say, you little whining bitch?
Dusty been said, why did
Play the music, move on.
a yen to cap for Xbox and be glazed, and now he is out buying PS5.
He had to go buy the PS5 Pro.
Time to make
2 of them.
cookies.
Oh man, Dusty been not like this.
A cannon to cap for
Oatmeal, baby.
Xbox and be
Point and layer. Chocolate chip, bitch. He's the one that left his dream job, not you. He left his dream job.
Time to make the cookies.
Oatmeal,
I don't wanna
chip.
hear the same.
sugar
I don't
cookies,
wanna act you way.
fig Newtons. Are
I
those
don't wanna
cookies?
make
I don't
you
know.
cry.
We'll call them cookies. Oreos.
I just oughta
Dusty
tell
Bin
you
Oreos with a big D on it.
that I don't wanna be your
Pulse.
place. Got been wanted you, so wanted you. Cause Dusty been said, why did he?
Just point and laugh.
Again to cap for Xbox
Do those bacon cookies.
and be glazed, and now he
Buy some oatmeal bitch cookies.
buying PS5 Pro. Time to make the cookies.
Make those cookies, bitch. Start to get that flour again. I can't do their entertainment. They're just there to make you roll your eyes and move on. But it's crazy though. They want to be called journalists. They want to be called something, but they're not sharing the right information. It's crazy. Like, that's the thing. Like, because I just showed you what happens when you believe it's an Xbox. And that's the problem that Xbox is going to have. They're running their mouth saying this is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. They're not saying it's like an Xbox or we're expanding and being very truthful and explaining themselves. They're putting their necks out there saying this is an Xbox. And it is going to come back right in their face. It is. It's going to, and nobody's going to buy it because people don't buy hardware without the games. That's the thing. And Microsoft doesn't have any games that are going to attract people to buy this hardware anyway, because their games are everywhere. So I don't know what their future is. But one of the big things, and we can't leave the weekend without some Phil Ness grinders. We need to have some Phil Ness. We need some Phil Ness because this is their look. Dusty been face to face with Phil Spencer.
Dusty Ben asked Phil, is Starfield exclusive? Phil says no, I said
This was
no,
his dream job.
It's all coming.
Hear about how Phil Spencer sat there and talked about Project Scorpio, glazing the shit out of them.
I'm really proud of the lineup that we're going to have come this year, but I know that people who have traditionally seen the games that they've seen and they don't see that in the list, they're like, okay, what's going on?
So do you look at games recently like Shadow of War, like Watch Dogs 2, like Fallout 4 that have these reveals and then the game is out within 6 months as something that first party wise you're sort of looking into doing maybe something similar down the road?
This is a great conversation. I'm not going to try to suck up all the time, but this is like, if you were talking about a strategy discussion, this is the one, because take Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a service-based game. So we want to make sure when the game launches that it actually has had time for us to learn of what does a community of people do when they come together and play. That doesn't work to say, okay, we're going to announce it and then 6 months later it's going to ship. So you have this for certain kind of games that are first-party AAA games. How do you incubate them? I mean, think about Minecraft, which we always leave out of our first-party lineup, but didn't we just announce like 122 million? Could Minecraft ever have been born as a first-party game? It launched in 2009 as this weird beta. I don't think so, right? And not that every game should be Minecraft. I think it's something special. But this line between big blockbuster, ship it, and then there's not as much retain in service. I think you can do it then. For games that have to grow and we want to learn, like Sea of Thieves, you do have to disclose them a little bit early. And I think I think Rare is they're doing a really good job right now modeling and managing the community and keeping people's expectations.
So you do have a new console launching this fall.
Yeah.
And you're talking about maybe trying to keep some games closer to the chest for...
He's right there. A new console. More hardware talk. 8 years ago.
For your own sanity, if nothing else. Do you see the premier gotta play it on Scorpio to get all the benefits of Scorpio game as being something, one of the Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2, inevitable Forza 7? Is it something we already know about?
The game.
Right.
He just tried to look at that.
Congrats.
He's trying to announce the game.
Doing my best. Or is the WoW Scorpio game one we haven't that hasn't been announced yet for this fall?
I think that Scorpio.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the...
Scorpio has to prove itself as I'll stop using the word premium, as a powerful console through a large array of content.
Listen.
For people who think there's like some massive big AAA game sitting in my back pocket that I haven't announced yet, then I'm going to announce at E3 and ship it this fall.
It could happen.
It could happen.
There is.
There's... I am very confident in the quality that I've seen from the games that we're launching and how they look.
You talking about
Scorpio.
Crackdown?
Say when people see games on Scorpio, they're going to see, for those that are close to the detail, they're going to see a demonstrable difference between that and the games that they're playing now on any console. Like that's what I see.
Wow. Project Scorpio. He is confident. You're going to see games that better. This is what I'm going to show you. This is Project Scorpio wound up being the Xbox One X. Let's take him now. A year later. Look, it's right there. It's right there on the table. Don't look at the dog, but right there on the table. There it is. The thing that he's talking about, the Xbox One X. Let's hear how it's doing. He was confident.
There's been plenty out to keep all of us busy.
Oh yeah, I have
Absolutely.
so much to catch up
It's been
on.
a good year. Been a lot
Absolutely.
of games.
So, been a good year. How about the future? Phil Spencer talked to Bloomberg. It's Bloomberg, so it's more of a financial tilt to the information. He's not talking to me, for instance. But Phil did address the first party situation, and he said to Bloomberg, quote, "We need to grow, and I look forward to doing that. Our ability to go create content has to be one of our strengths. We haven't always invested at the same level. We've gone through ups and downs in the investment." Before I get to the second part of his quote, I wanted to talk about that because it's, I feel like the timing of this is not a coincidence. Like
zoinks.
I feel like he would not have said this publicly a month ago
Unless they had something to say.
when they're trying to push this guy right here, the Xbox One X.
Well, wait a second. Well, Phil was just there a year ago telling you that he's got to show the games are going to have to show. I'm confident. Now we're talking about, he's talking about they don't have any games now. But the hardware's here. The hardware's sitting right next to the dog. He was talking about it a year before. I'm confident the games have to show. I'm not going to pull anything. Let's keep hearing about what happened a year later. You clowns went out there and bought the hardware. But here we go.
Now that that's sort of done and it's a successful launch, I feel like now, Phil came in and he told us, backward compatibility was one of the first big initiatives that he initiated. That's done, or more, there'll be more games.
I mean, they've done a
but
great job with that.
We'll talk about a few more here in a second, but that's all rolling. The S is out. The S kind of helped visually move past the original Xbox and the rough start it had by saying, no, it's a whole new box. It's great. And now the X being, most powerful console on the market. Now I feel like the next thing on Phil's to-do list, this is what I'm interpreting from this, is,
exclusives.
I'm going to focus on the first party situation because that's really, it's arguably Microsoft's last weakness. I use with some air quotes.
It's absolutely its last weakness. And I wish that the X had launched alongside stronger games than it did.
Super Lucky's Tale didn't do it for
Lucky's
you?
Tale, and like I know Forza looks
Says the
beautiful,
guy that reviewed it.
but everyone is like, oh look how great Forza looks, and it's like, yeah, we get it, but there's a Forza every year.
Yeah, and that's always the point. He's like, look how great it looks.
Yeah, and
it plays great too, but
Yeah.
you know, car games are
It's a niche
they
still.
don't appeal to everyone.
They don't appeal to everyone, and
I mean, Forza Horizon 3 would have been a great launch.
Yeah.
That appeals more to everyone than
Yeah.
motorsport does, for sure.
I just wish that, because it really does feel like it's the most powerful console in the world. That is such a selling point. And people are going to want to go, okay, maybe I want an Xbox. And then, you know, they're going to look at the games that sort of have launched alongside it, I suppose, new games. And yeah, Super Lucky's Tale. I just don't get it. I
mean, the
wish-
Assassin's Creed Origins partnership too, but aside from that, what are the launch titles?
Crackdown was supposed to be
you're
that,
right, it
remember?
was.
And you know, that's not to say, you know, we can't say for sure how that would have turned out because it got the lukewarm reception at E3, even from just a purely visual standpoint. Like,
But didn't Phil Spencer just sit a year before at your table and told you it has to sell? I got the games. I'm confident what I see in the quality. Do you? Because the hardware was coming out. Now you went out there and bought the hardware, and you're sitting here going, it sucks. There's nothing to play. What's going on? What did I just show you? They're doing the same thing now. Oh, we got it's not even their hardware anymore. Sarah Bond is now out there glazing your asses. Oh, it's going to do this, the most incredible thing. We're going to have your games everywhere you want. I just showed you what happens when you boot it up. You go to that Xbox app and none of the games are there because they're not in the Windows Store. That's why they're pushing Xbox Play Anywhere. You're going to go out there, buy your ROGs if you have not already, because this is not even anything new. Once people find out that you're testing out the ROG features on every computer right now, what the hell does it make that Xbox ROG Ally? Don't you think, oh, that's going to be special? What do you mean it's going to be special? You're testing out exactly what that's going to do right now on every computer. Nobody questioned that. Nobody said, hey, wait a second. I thought this was a ROG feature because that's an Xbox and that's their first party handheld working with Asus. Isn't that what that is? Why am I able to test it on my goddamn e-machine if I'm in the Insider program? Anybody could answer that question?
Hey, Shaggy, grab a bucket and some Lysol. Scrub off my tires. There's fucking dog shit all over by the engines.
I'm supposed to be picking up scrap.
You'll be picking up your teeth in another second.
Scot-free, not like this. Someone shake me Daphne. Oh shit, Scot-free, no. Holy shit, Scot-free got the... No, man, that makes my day, man. That... Scooby on the table. Oh, Shaggy, he was here last year. I know. What are you doing? Shaggy and Scoops. He's yelling at Scoops and he's like, Scoops, he told me last year. Oh my god, that is perfect. We only need is the mystery machine. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh fucking the whole mystery crew is out here. They're like, what happened to the games? Scooby, Shaggy, what happened to the games? This is the mystery of where the hell are the Xbox games? Oh shit. And it is Scoob, where are the Xbox games? We don't know where they are. I don't know, Shaggy. That's Daphne. Daphne, where are the games? If Phil said there were games, we've got the device. Who's got the games? Where are they? The mystery of the games. Dude, this is like Scooby-Doo's Adventures of where the missing Xbox games. They're like, Somebody took the missing Xbox game. Scoobs, what are we gonna do?
Like zoinks.
Oh God, my chest hurt. Yo, I am like crying, man. That is freaking. Yo, Scott Free, man. The grind is a great man. Holy, we got some work to do now. Where are the? Was that Scoobs? Was that really Phil Spencer last year? I don't know. Scoobs, what are we gonna do? Phil, was that really him? I don't know, Shaggy. That might have been him. I'm gonna be on it. Give me a Scooby snack and I'll be ready to go. Scooby. Mystery. Oh,
it wasn't looking like an Xbox One X showcase kind of thing.
This is a
Who
mystery.
knows how, if they had shipped it, but that that was going to be their game, and then it didn't pan out. They delayed the game.
Yeah, it's still just I still struggle with this idea that we've been gifted this incredible console. Yet, like, for what reason?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so some games can look a bit better.
So that way, when I play Fusion Frenzy with all my friends, it's going to be a brilliant experience.
There you go. Let me show the lost cloud.
Turning back the clock. That OG.
Shaggy, it's not funny. There are no games here. We got to figure out what's going on.
The Xbox backward compatibility.
I mean, the thing is, him saying this right now, I wonder if that means that they actually are, it takes 3 years to make a game. Like, is he saying this right now because they do have games to announce next year that have been being worked on for 2 years?
And that was.
Oh, man. But listen to what Alana says here. And that was another thing. Grinders, look at this. 7 years ago.
That was sort of the Twitter response to
one.
this was what we were talking off air before we started. Like, a quote like this, like it's nice to see Phil kind of publicly acknowledge it, but it's a no-win situation for him because if you get people saying, "Oh, well, weren't you doing that 3 years ago?" and we won't see
Shaggy,
the things you're talking about for 3 or 4 years. But then if he goes out and spends money on partnerships, which Phil has actually publicly said he's not super interested in doing. It's, oh, well, you just bought your exclusive. So it's very much a no-win situation for Phil. And so I want to defend him on that regard, but also at the same time, not defend him in the sense that, I mean, he did, they're reaping what they've sown here.
How many Xbox exclusives were there this year?
Well, that depends on
timed exclusive.
Well,
oh, man.
Like zoinks.
They are the hard questions.
But no, actually where I was going with that is because technically you count
Hear these games. Holy crap. Now he's listening to the exclusives. Listen to these games.
4K enabled rehash that you can play with a controller instead of just Kinect of Disneyland Adventures and Pixar Rush. So if you don't count that stuff, it's basically Halo Wars 2, Cuphead.
It's a good one, though.
Forza Motorsport 7, and Super Lucky's Tale. So it's sort of 4 games. And I think the difference is, Sony, in fact, when you're playing the inevitable head-to-head comparison game, Sony didn't have a ton of first-party games this year either. They really didn't. They had
one really great one.
Horizon, which was great. Gran Turismo, which was very good as well. That did not quite Forza level.
Gravity Rush.
The third party exclusives filled it in, and
you're right. It's
what Lucy's alluding to is the quality was overall higher than because Halo Wars 2 was good.
I mean, I think Cuphead and Forza are very good.
Yeah,
Forza's great, but Halo Wars good and Super Lucky's Tale not good.
Yeah.
So it makes it when there are only the 4. It makes it look worse when 2 of them are not, super
But at the same time, I'm never going to stop being excited about Microsoft having Rare. Like, that's a studio that I just love and continue to love, and I'm excited about Sea of Thieves. I played the alpha again this weekend.
Yeah.
Man, Sea of Thieves. Anyway. Grinders.
I'm never going to stop being stoked about that, and the fact that they still own
because they do that. But no,
Scoobs woke up.
He
Scoobs.
likes to keep it, keep a tighter window.
You're not
on
worried
it
about
so
that dog going to fall off the table?
The hype doesn't
I mean, Nintendo does a
run
great
out
job
or-
of that too.
I think
Yeah,
everyone
that's true, but-
would prefer that anyway. Like, I'd rather just assume that they're developing a lot of great games.
And the way Bethesda does it is just, ugh.
But that said, there is an opinion to be had, and I actually am of this opinion that I think 2018 specifically.
Ryan, the dog is moving.
I know.
Dog just moved.
We have movement. We have movement. I think that
Scoop's don't want to hear it anymore. He's out.
Phil needs to
Shaggy,
kind of
I don't want to pitch anymore.
waive that policy a little bit. I think.
But anyway, Grinders, just when you think, I could have. Scooby looks bored. But do you hear dude? That was 2018, man. And then Phil, instead of announcing games, went on stage and announced a bunch of studios that we still have yet to see some of the games too. It's crazy. It is crazy. But Grinders, hit that like button because this is the video that you're going to be watching. This is the video that you're going to see cook. Listen, the future of Xbox. But the reason why I showed the Phil Ness is like the media, the people that are there, even Dusty was there. They were there when Phil sat to their face and told them he was confident about quality, about games. Just buy Project Scorpio. And that came out and Project Scorpio was sitting right on the table. And now, what games? Well, they updated the Connect Adventures and Disney Adventures. And yo, don't you see? And it's happening again. Look at this. Look at the screen right here. It's all hardware. Again, where you play, where get you to buy another handheld, buy more hardware, buy all this stuff to play what? They don't have exclusives, and the games that they do have are not at the tier of other first-party games from Nintendo and Sony. It's not that kind of level. It's all right. You're not going to do anything with all right. Competition's coming at you. This is the problem they've always had. You buy the games, then you worry about what device you're going to play on. And I just showed you. The Xbox app doesn't have any of the games that people are playing now. Not even the games that you could find. A huge dichotomy. And like, I could boot up an Xbox console, a Series XRS, and boot up Fortnite, boot up Rocket League. But if I boot up this Xbox PC handheld, and I'm in that Xbox app, those games are not there. Why? It's an Xbox. Well, things work different with Windows, and that's where they need to communicate that. That's why Warren and all those other media journal outlets need to distinguish the difference. Don't call it Xbox with the app because PC works differently than the console. Those games are gated in other storefronts. Those games are behind Epic Store. You want to play Fortnite on this Xbox? That's a PC? Well, you got to go answer to Epic directly. You want to play Madden? You want to know what else is outstanding? And I know maybe not a lot of people play this, but you know that there is no EA NHL games on PC at all. So this new Xbox, ROG Ally X, when NHL 27 comes out, guess what? NHL 26 comes out. Guess what? That Xbox, ROG Ally X with the Xbox button won't play any hockey game. Uh-oh.
Like zoinks.
Uh-oh. Thank you, and Maj Clara, 7-month VIP grinder. Love your streams, bro. Keep doing you. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's all I do. Do me. I'm telling you the truth. And there's no denying that because that is a fact. There is no NHL hockey game on PC. I play tape to tape on my handheld because there is nothing. Or stream it from a PlayStation. Or stream it. That's it. There's no NHL game. So what happens to Xbox when it's the app? What happens? That is a console exclusive NHL. And I know a lot of people don't play hockey. But then when you play Madden, When you play Madden, do you get achievements? On PC, it goes through EA Access. It goes through EA Play. Does EA Play give us achievements? You could get it from the storefront through Game Pass if you link it. But do you get achievements in Madden? EA Access, do you give out achievements? EA Play, you give out achievements? When you play EA game on Xbox, the console, you get achievements. But you don't get achievement scores. And I don't know who cares about achievements anymore because they don't play any games. It's incredible that I see these dudes capping for Xbox and they got like 10,000 gamer score. Dude, I haven't been playing on a console. I've been playing PC for almost a decade. I still have 100,000 gamer score. I got more than any of these clowns. And they're telling me about Xbox? Take a walk. Because these are the questions that gamers would ask. And these are the questions that are going to smack them in the face when they listen to this. Play on all these Xboxes. Well, guess what? I want to play hockey this year with my friends. Hopefully. Guess what? There's only one device that plays hockey. There's only one device that plays GTA 6 when your friends are on it. You go say, I don't need the console anymore. I'm going to go get a ROG and a phone. And well, when GTA 6 comes out, you're not playing it. When you want to play Fortnite, you got to go to Epic Store and download it from there and verify through Epic Store with an Epic account. Do you have one? No, I always played on Xbox consoles. Well, you're going to have to go make one. Well, probably you can. You bring it over. You got to log into a different storefront and go get it. You got to go there. It's not on the app. Now, if they're going to create a universal search across other people's app stores, hey, bravo, Microsoft. If that's what you're doing, then I applaud you because that's what needs to happen. If you want that console-like experience, then that's what you need to do. You need to do exactly what your console does. One store, everything works, DRM through you, done. On PC, the world, it's a Wild West. Who's going to rein them in? You? After all these years, you don't even have the leverage nor the games. Steam can't even do it. Steam can't force Epic to do that, any of that stuff. Steam can't do that, and Steam has more leverage than Xbox does. Oh, Microsoft. So what are you going to do about it? Shout out to Iconic Games with the 5 VIPs. What are they going to do? These are the real questions that gamers will ask. And they're going to get exposed. And unfortunately, it's going to be the consumer that's going to find out the hard way. Thank you, Iconic Games. The 5 VIPs in the house. J-Dub got one. Easy E. William Aguilar. Good friends. Chocolate Dream Stream. He gets one too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. It's so confusing. The Ryan Land says, this is so confusing. It reminds me of when Sega had all the hardware for Genesis. And they'll say like, oh, why you, like, this is not fair to the customer. So I want to tell my viewers, this is exactly what's happening. And I'm not saying that it's not happening, that they're not going to do it. But right now, there are a lot of questions. And I think given the history of how they've pivoted and changed, people need to approach with caution. Like if you are walking and you constantly get tripped, the next time you go walking down the block, you get tripped again. The next time you go walking down the block, are you walking full speed? Or are you going to approach with caution knowing that you're going to get tripped? The way these dudes are rolling right now, they are walking full speed, getting tripped, doing it again, full speed, getting tripped, full speed, getting tripped, falling flat on their face. Now they got their arm in a sling. They're limping on one leg. They got one eye patch on their eye, and they're walking down the street full as fast as they can go to get tripped again. And the media and the journalists are taking advantage of those people that still believe this is right and want to hear that Xbox is doing the right thing. and they are making engagement off of those people. And these consumers are getting bamboozled, and what it's doing is it going to leave even more of a sour taste. That Xbox, when you see that name, it's going to mean shit, because they have disgraced what Xbox is. And now they got 25 years of celebrating the console. This thing on the right, I don't know how they're going to celebrate it when all they're doing is distancing themselves away. They're making a bridge. They're building a bridge to get people off of that onto this. But the problem is that there are games that don't go to that. There are achievements. There are features. There's quick resume. All that's quick resume. And I don't know, and we don't know, if Xbox will make some custom hardware of a console. But you want to know what? The Grindhouse has said it all. But let's listen to somebody who actually built Xbox. And shout out to Nelson for giving me this video. Grinders, this is a classic, and this lady is Grindhouse, the next door neighbor. So let's go. Hit that like button. Listen to this. And I put the link to her video in the chat.
If you watch the latest Xbox showcase, you can see that Xbox has finally landed on a strategy, a plan for the future of Xbox. It's the Xbox Anywhere plan. They're betting the entire business on Game Pass and leaving the hardware innovation to their partners at Asus. This wasn't surprising. Hardware is expensive to make. It's much easier to slap an Xbox sticker on an existing piece of hardware and call it a day. It requires very little effort in comparison. And if you don't care about console sales or exclusive games anymore, why bother innovating in hardware?
Ouch. Jabs galore. But who is this lady? Who is she? Who?
I'll admit, it's a great message for gamers. Who doesn't want to play their games with their family and friends on any device and any platform? But that's all it is. It's marketing. It's style, not substance. Just because you say something, it doesn't mean that you can do it. And it also doesn't mean that you won't change your mind. After all, Xbox has been pivoting a lot lately.
Yep.
Boom. Grind this. Grindhouse neighbor. Here she is. My Grindhouse neighbor. Yes. You don't care. Yeah.
That's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up here. Well, it's pretty standard.
Remember when they talked about the importance of high-quality games, but then shut down the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush? What about Game Pass? One of the defining features was Day One games, and now there are tiers that don't offer the feature at all.
Well, there you go. There was Day One games, and now there's Game Pass that doesn't have Day One. Donald, the link is in the description to this video.
Last year, Phil expressed how $70 pricing could feel manipulative to gamers. And now he's on board with charging $80 for Outer Worlds 2.
Phil Ness.
The cost may be high. One day.
It's hard to say exactly what they'll do next. But assuming they stick with Xbox Anywhere, it's really left me wondering. Will the latest announcement drive more gamers to Game Pass? Will they be able to convince gamers that the Xbox ROG Ally is a good idea? And what is going to happen with the hardware and software teams that aren't delivering right now in the Xbox team? Are they going to get caught up in the layoffs that Microsoft just announced are coming?
Wow. All the questions. And again, what this whole Xbox app was launching stuff on PlayStation, it's been a deflection. Because they all know what's coming next week. I think we're going to be in a shock as to where, like, this is the first time we've heard in advance that it's going to affect Xbox. I think studios are going down. It sucks. So for people to sit around and journalists of all and not ask those hard questions, going like, wait a second, for my readers, for my followers, for the people that donate to my Patreon, for the people that listen to me, let me be honest, these are some concerns. Let's not just boot up Miles Morales that I can't find in the store and glaze the hell out of everybody when we know that there's going to be something big happening next week. And this was all a deflection this week. to deflect while Death Stranding 2 is out, while Mario's doing his cuts, like while everybody's doing their thing. Microsoft yet announcing an update for insiders that drives attention and a deflection from really what's happening. And all the questions that she just asked are all things that the customer of the Xbox customer needs to know. And if they're not going to do it as Xbox Central, Windows Central, and the Verge Windows coverage and independent influencers that follow Xbox and are Xbox fans, and they're not going to be honest, I'm not lying to people. I'll show you exactly what it is and what they have done in the past so you can make the best decisions that you can do on where you're going to game. And the questions that she just asked were exactly that. What happens to the games? What happens to the teams that make games for Xbox? What happens to games that are not even there? These storefronts are different. They've pivoted so many times. This is not their first go-around. They've done this so many times. I just showed you, I Phil promised quality of games. The next year, they bought the hardware for $500, and they're staring at it going, well, Lucky's Tales wasn't enough for you? Lucky's Tales, that man was on your seat next to you, hyping up, it's got to perform, a quality. I've seen it's the best place to play it. Yo, he glazed the shit out of you a year before. He comes back the next year, he's nowhere to be found. Instead, there's the hardware, $500 later, and now you're wondering where the games are. And now they're doing it again with somebody else's hardware. She even said, how many people need to be putting a button on? The link is in the chat, in the description.
For context, let's talk about why
It's her
Xbox
channel.
started and how it played into the strengths
And who
of
is she? Let's
Microsoft.
hear.
I was working in Microsoft Game Studios on Crimson Skies when the console talks
Great
started.
game.
At
Never
that
got a
point,
sequel.
Microsoft dominated the office, but Sony owned the living room and was taking a serious bite out of the PC gaming market. When Xbox launched, there were at least 125 million PlayStations available, and there was a reason for that. Gamers could just plug in the PlayStation and the games worked. They didn't have to worry about why that piece of software on their Windows system didn't play nice with the other piece of software and why their video card wasn't working or that they needed an updated driver. It was simple.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
Of course, at that time, game developers actually listened to their customers and they would follow them. With all of these gamers going to PlayStation, game developers started trying to climb the hill of learning the PlayStation. And if they could do that, then they didn't have to worry after they made their game about testing all of those hardware and software compatibility issues that plagued the Windows ecosystem. It just worked. Microsoft.
And one of the things, too, is what happens to certification? What happens to ensuring quality coming to the Xbox? Because that was another thing with the console. The console, you got to get through certification to ensure that it's of the quality and expectations
You're my
of
number one customer.
the console itself. What happens when you just have an open storefront that just launches games from any goddamn storefront or PC or emulator or executable? Who's maintaining that quality control? Is it Xbox? Oh, well, we just worry about our games in our store. Whatever you do with that Xbox app, that's up to you. Where's that unification? Are you ensuring that the experience is maximized? Once you put a Steam game and that's not running well on your ROG Ally, who do you call? Do you call Microsoft? It's an Xbox ROG Ally. Xbox is in the name.
Where that box is in the name.
Is that who I call up? Because my console's not running this game properly. It's stuttering. What happened? Oh, no, that's not an Xbox game. Well, sir, did you buy it from us? No. Oh, well, that's a Steam game. You got to go to Steam and talk to them. Or maybe call up Asus themselves. And it's like, wait a second. I just bought an Xbox ROG Ally. You're telling me this is an Xbox. Who do I call? The game is not running properly. 1-800 for my Xbox? No. Where's that certification? Where's that uniformity? When you put your app, a lipstick on a pig of Windows, all the driver updates, Windows updates, Bluetooth updates, Wi-Fi updates, like all that stuff. all running in the background. My game's stuttering. What happened? Well, that's not our fault. Can I get a refund, please? I want a refund. Well, did you buy it from us? I don't know. It showed, I guess. Oh, well, go see where you bought it from. Oh, I bought it from Epic Store. Sir, you have to call up the Epic Store and tell them you want a refund here at Xbox or Microsoft. That's not us. But it's in your app. It's on right here. I just clicked on it. It showed up on my app. Well, no, that's not us. What happened to certification and verification? Microsoft doesn't even do the DRM of these games. But the main thing that she's going to talk about here is the developers and how this benefits developers. And you got to listen to this. It's like, what is this do to benefit developers? All it's doing is that it's shying them away from developing for the console. And saying, hey, you're just putting your game on PC, just do that. The only thing that we ask is maybe you might want to put it in our Windows store because then we could do Play Anywhere. But listen to how she does this. And this is exactly what the PS4 did. PS4 went after the developers and gave them hardware and tools for them to make the best games they can with the least amount of effort. And Microsoft went off on their own end.
Could see this threat, so they jumped in and did what Microsoft does best. They took over an existing market by leveraging their strengths. They already had a fine-tuned system of execution at scale. They knew how to ship product, and they knew how to scale their system across a large team. Luckily, Microsoft had already built a game developer foundation with Microsoft Windows and DirectX. The message for Xbox was simple. With a hard drive, you could build your game once on Xbox or Windows, and it would just work. Of course, the problem was Windows was bloated. So without telling Bill Gates, the Xbox team removed the bloat and made a light version to power the box.
I start to try to argue for this, why we can't have the normal version of Windows. Bill doesn't want any of it. He doesn't want to hear it. He yells at me, shuts me down.
We did everything we could to make the platform as attractive for game developers as possible. We even hired 50 game makers into the Xbox Advanced Technology Group to support the game developers. The ATG team collectively had made hundreds of games, so we were great at translating game developer concerns into changes at Microsoft. We did whatever it took, and this focus on developers, it was a game changer because we attacked one of Sony's biggest weaknesses. They did not have great developer tools or support or documentation.
Games sell consoles, and so in order to sell consoles, we had to win the hearts and minds of the developers.
I could see.
And there you go. Because remember, Sony at the time had the PlayStation 3, which was a more of a developer nightmare with they just doing hardware stuff and didn't really have the tools available for the cell processor. And then Microsoft came in and said, well, we're going to listen to developers and make it easier for you to develop for us. And that's how the 360 gained traction. That's how the 360 grew, while Sony was focused on tech, and what they wanted with the cell. And developers gravitated more to that, and they listened to developers. And then what Sony did was learn from that, and then they did the tools and everything for the PS4 with the Cerninator. Boom. Xbox still hasn't learned. They're still waiting for the tools. Now they said throw the tools out the window, just go get a PC.
That Xbox had a chance of succeeding. We were listening to developers, and we were building exclusive, high-quality first-party titles. We knew that platform adoption requires proof. People don't buy your new hardware if there's no reason to. Definitely a problem for the new Xbox handheld. And it...
Woohoo!
Is that a deal?
No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal anymore. I am leaving, and you can't stop me. I'm packing my bags.
True SSJ Havoc with the 2. He goes, guys, her name is Laura Fryer, industry vet. Yep. And I got the link to this video in the chat. But there you go. How many times we got to hear the games? People buy the games. They don't buy the hardware. Xbox said it themselves. And what games is it? What is this? She said it right there.
Worked. By 2012, Xbox was a multi-billion-dollar business, and they were a true player in the living room. Fast forward, and here we are. It's 1 year from the 25th anniversary of the Xbox. And it looks like they're abandoning pretty much everything that made the Xbox brand great in the first place.
Boom.
Let's start with the handheld announcement. I've seen mixed reactions, and that has me really puzzled because I don't see any reason why anyone would buy this piece of hardware. Just like the original Xbox, it's built on Windows, a slimmed down version of Windows, but it's still Windows. So this isn't something new. And let me just admit my bias here. I don't like Windows. When I left Microsoft, I installed Linux on all of my personal systems, and I never looked back. Of course, as many pointed out after PewDiePie did the same thing, Windows 11 is forcing you to have separate accounts so they can track everything you do.
Oh, yeah, this is the first one, dude. Yo, she left Microsoft and installed Linux. Oh, shit, Steam OS for the win, right? Listen to this. Here's the marketing versus actuality.
Freedom? Windows 11 is forcing you to have separate accounts so they can track everything you do. Doesn't feel very free. And they are leaving a lot of their Windows 10 users behind because they require a chip to be installed on the motherboard in order for you to upgrade. Microsoft, you do you, but freedom is literally the last thing I would use to describe the Windows operating system. So given the Xbox was already built on Windows, I don't see that that's really a big selling point. But that's okay, because it's really about the games. Will it be Halo? Will it be the new Gears? Is there going to be a game so compelling that it drives me to adopt this new handheld? Well, here's the problem. And this is exactly what I've said before. With this model of everywhere their games are, no matter what, if it's the best game in the world but could be played everywhere, it is not gonna move whatever they're selling. That's what I've said that years ago, and I was like, Grindhouse. Problem. Xbox doesn't do exclusives anymore. Even if Xbox delivers a crazy great game, Xbox Anywhere means that I can play that game on any platform. I can play it on Xbox or PC. I may even be able to play it on the PS5 or the Switch. So why would I buy the ROG Ally? And of course,
there you go. So even if they make an outstanding game, why would you even buy it? Because it's not even attracting to their console. So knowing that, what is the future of Xbox? Like, what is the future of this? I told you what I'm telling you. I told you what I said. It is going to be a vestigial app on Windows and goodbye. And who knows who's around to see that app through after this time goes by. I don't know. I think like they're going to keep pumping out games, and it goes like, I really think what they're doing is they're giving a future to the studios that they purchased. This is what I feel. I feel like they bought so much stuff, so many game studios, that whatever they're not going to use, they're going to close down or divert somewhere else. But I really think that they gave hope to their gaming investment by making them make their games elsewhere. Because I think they know the Xbox hardware, they never wanted to make it from day one. And I think that this is it. They are just going to make Xbox editions of things and just let the app ride out. And I showed you the app. What does it do? If those games that I want to play are not in that app, or I bought them on other storefronts, like if I see Gears E-Day and it is in the Xbox store for $80 and it is on Steam for $80, but I could do CD keys and get it for cheaper and buy it from Steam for cheaper, and I could play the same game. Well, I don't know what happens to online, but I could play the same game for cheaper price. Now, Microsoft is not only working with their storefront, but guess what? Now you got CD keys. You got a whole bunch of other people that can now take the same game that's on the PC platform. It's an open market, bitch. Like, it's done. Why would they even come to you when all the competitors are there? Everybody's competing. Epic giving out free games left and right. Steam has Steam sales. Dude, I got a cart full of games right now on Steam. PlayStation having their sales on their stuff. What is Gears E-Day at $80 sitting on the PlayStation store when they got all their games on there? Competition's going to be insane. And they know that they cannot compete. So what is the future of them? Nobody's attracted to the hardware. They're putting Xbox sticker on things that are already available, already do the things that it does. There's nothing new with the ROG Ally X. It's doing exactly right here what this PC is doing. There's no exclusive features. There's nothing. It is an Xbox app. So let's hear what she thinks the future is going to be.
Delivering a killer game in a reasonable time frame isn't something Xbox is particularly good at right now. During the showcase, there were several games still in development that weren't even mentioned, like State of Decay 3, Perfect Dark, and Fable. And
there you go, the deflection. Everybody talking about the ROG Ally X with love handles and an Xbox button. But 3 huge games that they've been showing, supposedly in development, not even talk about it.
Many of these games have been in development over 5 years. There is only one reason these games are behind. It's because Xbox has lost their culture of shipping at scale. They don't have the people or the process in place that can ship. And it's a shame because they used to do better than anyone in the business.
Wow. So they don't have enough people to do shipping at scale. And I think that goes to show you the multi-platform development. Like I said before, they took these Xbox-only studios and turned them into full-fledged multi-platform developers. And they are not ready to do it. They didn't approach it the way Sony approached it, where they hired a special group of Nixus saying, you put our games and not take, and also their games come out later. People want everything day one, but do you know the resource that puts on, the staffing, just like she said, to get games out at scale? Microsoft just said, hey, 20 dudes, we got 100 people here. Guess what, hundreds? We want a PC version. Oh, and by the way, see the frosted glass going up over there? Take a couple of you people, about 10 of you, go over there. So I'm working on a PS5 version. Oh, and there's going to be a Switch room over here for the Switch. It's like we're still the last 100 people, Phil. Booty, what are you talking about? Well, do your best. All we could do is 30 frames. Well, do your best. That's it. Do your best. I don't know. They didn't say, hey, guys, you keep doing what you're doing. I've got this new group over here. Get your game out for Xbox. Make it run great on the Series X. 60 frames at launch. And then we got our friends over here at Nixus. They will take the game and make sure it's optimized for PC. Thank you very much. No more physical games from Xbox, but they're making physical for PlayStation. They cannot ship to scale. She said it. They used to do it great. Money dried up. They pulled out and never got it back. And there you go.
Recently, Microsoft announced that they were going to be doing layoffs. A lot of people are speculating that it's going to be the sales division, but I'm not so sure. I think that if I was working on one of the games that didn't make the showcase, or if I was in the Xbox hardware team, I would be worried.
Mm-hmm. So what did I just say? I said those that just ship the game, like compulsion games. Yeah, man, like that's what they did with Hi-Fi Rush. They were in between. They were about to get a next game approved, and they said, nah, we're done with you. So if you just ship the game or on hardware, they don't need you. They just told you that Asus is making the hardware. Sarah Bond just said Windows, we're making Windows the future of gaming. If you're not working on a Windows device, then you are toodaloo out. Oh, but it's going to be a hybrid console. Hybrid my ass. How is that going to work? So you're telling me if I boot up in the Xbox, a part of it, the Xbox OS, then I'm paying for Xbox Live and online. But then if I boot up in the Windows environment, then I don't have to pay for online. So I could get Gears on Xbox partition, but then on the other partition of the dual boot Windows, then I could play the same game, but I don't have to pay a subscription for Xbox Live or Xbox Core. Excuse me? Hello? Hello? Does that make sense? You'll have one device where whatever the environment that you boot up in, one works with Xbox Live that you need to pay and the other one doesn't. That's what I mean. These journalists, the bootleg Jez, hello, dual boot Xbox, dual boot my ass. What do you mean? I boot up an Xbox OS and now I'm paying for Xbox Live to play Gears Online, but then I could just boot up in the Windows side with Xbox Anywhere and play the same game without subscribing? So if I just bought Gears for $80, Gears E-Day, if I'm paying to play online with my friends if I boot up here, but if I boot up in Windows, I'm not. That sounds like a wonderful system. Dude, that sounds like that sounds wonderful. That's not confusing at all.
There isn't going to be any killer game that drives me to buy this handheld. And
a 7-inch screen nonetheless. 7-inch screen, dude. The Portal has a bigger screen than this Xbox, and the Portal's going to be 1/5 of the price.
it's okay, right? Because Xbox Anywhere means that I'm going to be able to play all my Xbox games and PC games on my handheld. And that right there could be a big selling point.
Nope.
Except it looks like that might not be the case. There's been some confusion on this point, but from what I can tell, Pure Xbox is correct. You won't be able to play native Xbox games, only native PC games. This isn't great, in my opinion. If Xbox Anywhere means I should be able to play all my games on the handheld device, then darn it, I want to play all of my games,
300
not
games,
just my
down to 23.
PC games. Further on in the article, they say, let's hope we might get native console games in the future, but it's not something we're expecting right now. Think of the ROG Xbox Ally as a Windows 11 gaming PC with Xbox-specific features, because that's basically what it is.
And why isn't the media outlets echoing that? That's where the clownery comes in, Grinders. It is an Xbox app skin with some features that help improvement. That's all they said. But it doesn't play games. Why isn't that? That's the question real gamers want. That's what the Xbox audience needs to hear. Clarity, not confusion where you're saying it's an Xbox console and it boots up Miles Morales. What? Why are you being disingenuous? If you want to troll, that's fine. But I don't even think you should have a sock account or something to troll from. You shouldn't be trolling from The Verge. You shouldn't be trolling from like your independent, like, oh my, like, I don't understand it. Like, well, like, what is the purpose of that? Oh, well, it's for engagement, obviously. But they're telling you right there what it really is. And instead of just repeating the marketing because, you know, your Patreons are happy because Xbox is in the name.
Or that box is in the name of our...
Be honest as to really what it is, because they're going to get duped. You're going to glaze the shit out of these people. They're going to go run out and say, you know what? I'm trading in my Xbox. I'm going to go get a ROG Xbox edition. This is an Xbox. And they're going to see none of the games are there. They got to go to different storefronts to play games that they already owned. Fortnite in that app. You got to go download Epic Store. Who? What? It's free to play. Yeah, we'll go to Epic. This is the problem. And it is going to cause whatever's left to be, they're going to be pissed. But, hey, man.
If you don't have a big budget, why not just buy a PC? They're not that expensive if you build it yourself. And you'll have Windows 11, just like the handheld, and you'll be able to play all of your PC games. If you want a handheld, skip the PC and buy a Steam Deck, or some of the other handhelds with SteamOS on them.
There you go. New benchmark. SteamOS runs better than Windows. And that's still another thing that they're not addressing. Why is SteamOS dominating Windows on the same hardware? Nope. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nope. Let's not talk about that.
It's built on Linux, so no Windows 11, and it's cheap compared to most of the handhelds out there. And that brings up one other possibility to consider. Maybe it's price. Maybe Xbox and Asus are going to undercut the market by making this a very inexpensive handheld. I personally don't think this is likely to happen. Remember, the Xbox ROG Ally is essentially a reskin of an existing product. Their cheapest version of the ROG Ally is around $600. I assume that both Xbox and Asus don't want to lose a lot of money on this new device. Asus is great at hardware, and I'm sure they have already done the cost reduction on the handheld. You see, with hardware, the post-launch plans are almost more important than building the initial product. because in hardware, the game is price reduction of all of the parts, because then you can make a profit in years 2, 3, and 4 of your console. The ROG Ally has already been through this process, so it's very unlikely the price is going to be the thing that they will be able to lower.
They're not going to, because the ROG is using the same screen that the ROG Ally came out with 3 years ago. It's the same screen, and it's a Zen 2 chip that's analogous to an offshoot of the new H370 HX370 from AMD. Like, the hardware has been is the same. They upped the RAM, but like the screen's the same, the buttons, the thing. Like, I am sure they added the Xbox button, but the main thing is that those things are the same. So they have 3 and so years to get the cost back. The ROG Ally is $900 right now, $1,000 if you want that. And Xbox won a licensing fee for Windows. Exactly. That's another reason why it's cheaper.
Unlikely
It's
to be
more
the
expensive.
thing that brings gamers to buying the handheld. The Xbox Anywhere message sounds great on the surface, but in reality, it's just marketing. It's style with no substance. Unfortunately, I don't think marketing's going to be enough.
Nope.
There's literally no reason to buy this handheld. Obviously, as one of the founding members of the Xbox team, I'm not pleased with where things are today. I don't love watching all of the value that I helped create slowly get eroded away. I'm sad because from my perspective, it looks like Xbox has no desire or literally can't ship hardware anymore. So this partnership is about a slow exit from the hardware business completely. Personally, I think Xbox hardware is dead.
Ouch. Very ouch. That is somebody who created it and watched the soul die. And what is so crazy about it, Grind, is that they are supposedly going to celebrate 25 years of killing this brand, of killing this console, and try to rebrand it as a celebration. Dude, she was there. She sees this thing just being gutted. And this is an exit from hardware. And that Xbox Play Anywhere is a bridge. And the last point I'm going to make, Grind, is that if the console goes away, if they stop making the Series X and S, Xbox Anywhere goes with it. Because Xbox Anywhere is only value is really between buying a game on Xbox console and then you get it on the Xbox Windows Store. And sometimes in their Xbox Cloud. If their future is not making the console, then what the hell? And the console doesn't have its own unique thing to developers to make, then what happens to Xbox Play Anywhere? Another talking point that goes out the window. Because right now, Xbox Anywhere got reincarnated from 10 years ago to be part of a marketing tool, because that's going to be the bridge to move people off the console. And as soon as they say that console's done, Xbox Anywhere goes with it, because Xbox Anywhere is not reflected by Steam. It's not reflected by Epic Store. It's not reflected by PlayStation Store, by Nintendo. None of it. It doesn't. Nobody honors your purchase. So once that console goes away, so does Xbox Play Anywhere. And they're just using it now as a marketing trope, as a bridge, so that they want you to continue to buy your games with confidence. Because when they say we're done with the console, Windows PC is our new operating system, the games that you purchased recently may be there. And that is it. It is a scam. It is a marketing tool, and they are glazing the hell out of everyone. And what did I say before that show? I said they were going to give people the carrot. We knew, where are the games? Like, it's game time, dude. Nope. Carrot, meet hardware, and now they're glazed carrot. They follow that thing. And now that's what their future is. They are just a bug to light. And what's crazy is that the journalists and media and influencers are just pushing them along to the light. So hopefully I explained what it really is. We got perspective from people that actually created Xbox. And we got to see some Phil Ness lying right to their face. Yet to this day, go look up their profiles and they still believe the same thing that was told to them 8 years ago to their face. He glazed the shit out of them. The next year, they're sitting there with the hardware and they're waiting for the games. And we did it again. We talk about a hardware handheld. Where's State of Decay? Where's Perfect Dark? Where's Valve? Where's all our stuff? Where's all these games? We'll hear them again. Grinders, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad a lot of you came through on this Saturday Gaming Grindhouse of a little rant, some music. Glinza with the $2. Microsoft will have a better shot to fund Dreamcast 2. Amen to you, Glinza. That is right. Dude, don't even tarnish Sega's name. But thank you again for coming through, everybody, and hit that like button. I'm gonna be out, so there'll be no videos this week. I'll put a thing on the YouTube channel. I'll let you know on X. Maybe I'll be jumping on X just checking a couple things here and there throughout the week. But I'm really not gonna have too much internet connection because I'm gonna be on Grindscation. So hit that like button. Comment below. I'll see what I can do with reading the comments. And hey, man, I just do not want to, I just will tell you exactly what it is. And that's all it'll be, is the Gaming Grindhouse. And that's why you keep coming back. So thank you again for all your support. I really appreciate it. Keep grinding. Go play Death Stranding 2. Absolutely incredible in every sense of the way. About 3 hours in, I got to go play some more after I finish packing. And man, it is so good. So that's all I'm going to say about it. But Death Stranding 2, man, they have done so. They introduced so much to you in the beginning that makes it like it hits on all cylinders, and it's so good. So definitely, if you were skeptical of the first one, I say give the second one a shot because they really get you. Get you acclimated to what's going on, action, moving, like it's crazy. The slow burn of the first is gone. So, hey, have a great time, grinders. Hit that like button. Hope you keep locked here to the Gaming Grindhouse. Subscribe. We're on our way to 3,100. We're only about 20 people away. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And here you go. Let's do this song. I don't even know what it sounds like. I created it. I made it a few months ago. Let's listen to it. But it's called Phil Dance of Betrayal. Xbox, take it away yet again.
Oh no! We suck again!
Phil.
Oh yeah, it's a party Saturday night, baby. Let's go. Phil Dance.
What have you done? Gears on PlayStation, oh no, not fun. Xbox hearts, you let them down. Dance through the chaos all around. Spin it, twist it, what's the deal? Xbox pain, it's so surreal. Fans are screaming, what's the game? Phil, you're the spark to this flame.
Thank you, Grinders. Good night.